What's up, guys? I'm Caden with Crypto Now or Never. Welcome back to another Kaspa update. Please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Help me pump that algorithm. I'd greatly appreciate it. None of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want.
All right, so obviously a few days ago, Bitcoin had that massive drop from like 56,900 down to about 53,000. But ever since then, Bitcoin's recovered a little bit. It's back up to 54,200. However, about the last 24 hours, it hasn't really done much. It's down 0.67%. And if you look at the rest of the crypto market, for the most part, it's just following Bitcoin and it's still very indecisive. And that includes Kaspa. You can see Kaspa is down about 1% in the last 24 hours. But Kaspa is currently the 22nd largest cryptocurrency, and they're sitting at a price point of just under 15 cents with a market cap of 3.6 billion. Now, if you look at the last month for Kaspa, you can see they are only down 9%. A lot of cryptos are down like 20 or 30%. And that right there goes to show that Kaspa is actually holding very well. And I will show you guys just how well Kaspa is holding at the end of the video when I go over technical analysis. They are holding significantly better than even Bitcoin. But if you look at the Kaspa X account, they're up to 210,000 followers. And Luke posted on September 5th, wow, we've had over 80 applicants in the last 24 hours for the Kaspa Ambassador Program. And that's awesome to see. 80 applicants in the last 24 hours is not bad at all. And then lastly, they reposted Whitebit on September 4th. Futures update welcomed the arrival of a new pair, and it's Kaspa PEPE. But honestly, at the moment, there's not a lot of crazy Kaspa information. For the most part, they're just continuing to grow and develop, which is exactly what you want to see. But now we'll go over some macro news. And what's very important to point out is what they posted on September 6th. 1.78 trillion was wiped out from the US stock market in the first week of September. Now, as I said in the beginning of the video, Bitcoin is very indecisive right now. I have a feeling it's waiting on the stock market because recently it's been following it pretty closely. So we'll have to see on Monday how the stock market actually opens up. And then also on September 6th, Donald Trump says he will lift US sanctions against Russia because it's hurting the dollar. Now, this is actually very interesting. Throughout most of Bitcoin's history, when the dollar drops, Bitcoin pumps. However, recently the dollar has been dropping and Bitcoin has also been dropping. So it's interesting because they used to have the complete inverse correlation, but recently they've actually been pretty correlated. So if the dollar were to start performing extremely well, how would that affect Bitcoin? Who knows? And then lastly, on September 6th, Fed official says the odds of a recession might be rising. And what I want to point out to you guys right now is that the crypto fear and greed index is at 29, which is fearful. And only yesterday they were at 23, which is extreme fear. This is very important to understand. Obviously, indicators like this can be manipulated, but from my personal experience, these are the times that you should be buying cryptocurrency. You don't want to be buying when we were up at that 70, 80, 90 region, and everyone's sitting there saying, oh, Bitcoin's going to 250,000, it's going to 300,000. That is usually when it's too late. But right now, you have everyone talking about a recession. You have people talking about Bitcoin going down to 30,000 or 40,000. Usually, that's when you should be buying crypto. Obviously, that's not financial advice, though. But if you guys are on X, you should come over and give your boy a follow at Crypto Now or Never. I post on here pretty much every single day. And then I would also like to take a moment to talk about my private Discord through Patreon. So at the current moment, I have 3 different tiers, and there are many benefits to joining my Discord. For example, this is going to give you guys closer access to me, and you guys are going to be able to track the cryptos that I'm personally buying, selling, considering buying, and even the cryptos that I currently hold. And we've been making some huge gains in here. As most of you guys know, I called Hoppy at a $580,000 market cap on April 21st. And Hoppy ran up to over an $87 million market cap. That is around a 150x. Just to put that in perspective, if you guys had invested $1,000, your $1,000 would have been worth around $150,000. Those are life-changing gains to most people. So if this is the kind of stuff that sounds interesting to you guys, I have the link right here on my YouTube homepage. We're building an exceptional community. I'd love to see you guys in here. But now for the final part of this video, I'll get into some technical analysis. And this is the main thing I want to point out for Kaspa. I told you guys that Kaspa is holding significantly better than most projects. Just look at Kaspa on the daily and look at the 200-day moving average. Kaspa first broke beneath the 200-day moving average 4 days ago. And at the current moment, they are retesting it. Just for comparison, if you look at the Bitcoin chart, Bitcoin broke beneath the 200-day moving average on August 26th. So that alone tells you that Kaspa is holding significantly better than Bitcoin. Now, what I will say for Kaspa is if you look at the stochastics and the RSI, they're both pretty oversold and have legs to push up. So I wouldn't be shocked at all if Kaspa does get back above this level. And if we can get back above the 200-day, I would also like to see Kaspa get back above the point of control on the VRVP, which is this red line right here. That would also be a huge level for Kaspa to reclaim. But honestly, I'm mainly going to go over Bitcoin because I think Bitcoin's going to affect Kaspa a lot more than people think. And right now, if you look at Bitcoin on the daily time frame, similar to Kaspa, the RSI and stochastics are oversold. So I wouldn't be shocked at all if we do see Bitcoin get somewhat of a bounce. However, I also have to point out the 4-hour time frame on Bitcoin, because if we look at the 4-hour right now, we're getting very overbought, and you could argue we have a potential M pattern. That's not what we want to see. The 4-hour looks pretty bad in my eyes. And the fact that we're trading beneath all of the moving averages, it's not a good look. But what I continue to stress in all my videos is the bigger picture for Bitcoin. For example, I want to look at the 10-day time frame. It is very important that you guys understand Bitcoin is basically in a giant cup and handle pattern. Or you could just argue Bitcoin's in a giant bull flag. Either way, these patterns break up 68% of the time. And if you look at the RSI and stochastics, yet again, they're very oversold. And there's also a Class C bullish divergence. So based on all of those indicators, just understand there is a great chance Bitcoin is absolutely flying by the time October and November roll around. Obviously, nothing is guaranteed, but people are freaking out about the day-to-day stuff, but they don't actually sit back and look at the bigger picture. In my opinion, Bitcoin looks very good. All you have to do is go back and look at when the stochastics have been extremely oversold in the 10-day time frame. What has happened every single time? There has been at least some sort of a pump. But at the end of the day, this is crypto, so make sure you guys are prepared for all scenarios. But that's about all. Let me know down in the comments, how high do you guys think Kaspa will go this bull run? If you found this content valuable, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.